feed everyone but Morris in the house before I sit down for my coffee. And then various kitties come in and out. And then I drink my cup of coffee and I go outside to do my chores. I try not to keep Morris waiting too long. Hi, buddy. Come on up. Yeah, I mean, I try not to. Every once in a while I get carried away. Here, I'm setting it over. Here you go, bud. Here you go. Good morning, sweetheart. Thank you for being out here and doing good and happy to see your mama. He goes, well, I'm happy to see my food at least. Marty, if you want more, you'll have to come over here, sweetie. All I was really trying to say is, you know, Marty and Stripe are sleeping in the house. I'm pretty much able to bring them in at midnight every night. If it's super cold, they might ask to come in earlier. You know, most of the time in the evening, Don or I1 is in and out of the garage several times, primarily for 3D prints for changing the plate. And sometimes kitties run in and out in the evening. Just depends on how cold, stormy, rainy, you know, it is. Anyway, it's a really nice in the 50s, sunny, warm day here. And Don's on his conference call, so we'll walk after Guardian Angel. And I'm fixing to go meet Michelle here in a bit. And this tree really has some nice red color now. I'm getting up on the step because when you look down on it, you can really appreciate the reds a little more. And of course, when the sun comes around this afternoon. But it is, you know, really pretty here. Well, I am seeing some bird activity. You know, I'm not sure why the red-bellied woodpecker stopped coming to the suet. I just see downy and hairy woodpeckers all the time. Haven't seen a red-bellied in a long time. If I had, I would have put them in the video. Bluebird was just checking out the bluebird box over to my left. Kind of a strange time to be on the box, but they're still around on and off, but not necessarily at the feeder because they prefer berries and other foods that are widely available this time of year. Well, it's time to shop. Ruby did put on another software update. She's on 2025.38.9 now. She was on 2025.38. It just said minor fixes. So you can see I did the yard yesterday with the blower and it's all looking good. And the birds are happy and the colors are changing. It's very pretty. But I did not do the driveway or the cul-de-sac. So I still got that waiting on me. Squirrels chasing each other up a tree. I heard a woodpecker in the background. Tufted titmouse in and out of the net view bird feeder. Fall the way fall's supposed to be. But yeah, needs some work out here. Definitely needs work out here. Well, I decided I'd let Ruby drive to Guardian Angel today. So she is in control. I know there's not a super lot of excitement about anything going on with Hardware 3 cars and FSD right now, but still kind of nice to know they're out here ticking and doing a darn good job with FSD. If not quite as good as the Hardware 4 car, still pretty darn good in my opinion. Hope we find some good stuff today. Of course, I hope that every time we meet at Guardian Angel. Yeah, she's flashing me to torque the wheel. It's very, I would say that it's kind of hard going between Hardware 4 and Hardware 3 driving. Have to tug the wheel, don't have to tug the wheel. It is a little bit of a thing. And I like robot just fine, and you know, I've been involved in all of the decisions to robot or Ruby when we've taken our recent drives, but I'm really missing not driving around in the Model X, I have to say. Don gets out of practice with the doors, but you know, he's easily, you know, remembers to handle the screen and the doors for me. Of course, he always reaches over and tweaks his back anyway. So what's this? USIC, I think it was a meter reader. It just had some stuff on its head. But you know, they go around. Nope, Ruby, don't do that. That car came right over the hill. And right over the hill, and was the wrong color and was in the sunlight. And she was going to pull right out in front of them. And it wasn't. I'm not saying I couldn't have floored it to avoid the car, but it certainly would have startled me and the other driver. Okay. Getting used to robot doing that curve so good, but like I said, you know, it's the sun and it's the glare on the windshield. All right. Yeah, pretty much. You know, if I engage FSD before I get on the neighborhood street, she's not going to give me the option of going through the neighborhood. And you know, that left turn is just not a great left turn with the visibility there, and the problem's exacerbated by the fact that this changes from 35 to 45 just on the other side of the Episcopal Church in the school zone. Or the school turn for the school, and people just are not abiding by the 35 mile an hour there. And since you don't have a really far visibility, you know, speed's a factor there. Yeah, I needed to get woke up in a little excitement in my life this morning. Not. So Kyle did get coverage from WRAL on the pivotal plane being up at the track. They had a nice little story on WRAL.com, which got served to me on Facebook, which is how I saw it, and was pretty cool. I have to say though that I went and I read the comments on, you know, the WRAL post, and I'm just really disappointed in a fair number of my fellow man. There was a lot of negative comments about women can't drive, let alone pilot a plane. Seriously, like a ton of them. And I don't know if it was clear or not from my video, but it certainly was clear from Kyle's content that Heather is a licensed pilot. And, you know, these people that were making these comments obviously are not qualified pilots and would have no clue on the effort that it takes to become qualified. And it was just disheartening. And then, you know, there was a few people that make fun comments about the Jetsons. The Jetsons are finally here. You know, the Jetsons told me this was coming. I thought this was going to come, you know, 60 years ago, but it's here now. That's great. So there were some, you know, cute or fun or at least neutral comments. And then there was the, you know, that thing's never going to succeed. Why would I want to do that? You won't be able to fly it to Costco. Stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know, honestly, people, just stop. Just, social media is not a license to go out there and say whatever you want to say. It's not. It's not. You want to have a discourse on, you know, well, how are we going to park these things, and how should they be licensed, and what are some, you know, you want to participate in some you know, some of the rule making associated with these or something. If that's important to you, fine, get involved. Don't take crackpots. Not interested in crackpot comments about this stuff. You know, the comments were, why is everybody, you know, everything's got to start somewhere. And they made fun of Henry Ford and the Model T and the people that thought horses would be on New York City streets as the major source of transportation for the rest of history, and couldn't envision cars being, you know, what was going to happen with cars. So this is not a new problem, right? Because people were making fun of Henry Ford and his stupid automobile also. But why do we do that? Are we that intimidated by new technology that all we can do is cast a stone at it? I'm tired of that attitude. You know, there's people out there, there always have been. Look at the astronauts, the NASA astronauts on the Gemini mission. You don't think if they hadn't been willing to go up in those, there's a Volkswagen electric van over there. I'm taking over now. She did turn in the right spot. You don't think that those guys that I went over a white line and she didn't like it. Tough, Ruby, it's a parking lot. But thank you. That might have been new behavior, because I think I did that the same way pretty much every time. Yes, let's stop the turn signal. Okay. You know, when you leave FSD and then when you get out of FSD, it doesn't turn the turn signal off. So, and you have to do it. And then it's usually a game of up and down with the turn signal. But anyway, the guys on Gemini and Shepherd missions and, you know, other stuff, the things that they did, you know, people thought they were crazy, and now we routinely take astronauts to and from the International Space Station. You know, if you want to argue if we should be doing that or not, okay, but let's have a fair debate without name calling and not done sheerly out of a negative attitude, you know. So I say if a small handful of people want to test these flying cars, electric airplanes, whatever you want to call it, want to see how they can push the envelopes of this technology, want to, you know, good, go for it. That's what I say. But Heather did talk very briefly, because they can't talk about some things, but there are military applications here. And it's not all, you know, it's both citizens with too much money wanting to get up in the air and risk their life for a view. That's part of it, right? I mean, that's probably part of it. There are thrill seekers out there. People jump out of airplanes on the weekends for fun at their local small airport all the time. So if they can do that, this thing had a parachute, why can't they do this? Ultralights, you know, parasailing, all the bungee jumping, zip lines off the top of a mountain. We have thrill seekers, and some people are going to do that. But there's also practical applications, military applications. We're assuming that sometimes these would be driven without a person in it, that the technology would get to be that good, like the drones, like we have military people. I suppose the average person has no clue about the size and complexity of the drones our military now uses to carry out operations. And we really don't need all the details, right? Because that means people that shouldn't have those details have it. But there are already a lot of drones out there, very large drones as big as Ruby, that are being piloted by somebody remotely to do missions. So if they want to use this plane, which really wasn't much bigger than a van, to do, you know, autonomous missions, possibly save lives, go for it. Anyway, let's try to not automatically have a negative reaction to technology. And when we have varying opinions or opinions about how technology should progress, let's have reasonable discourse with real data-driven, or it can be opinion-driven, but polite discourse about these things. Simply a no, that's stupid, you stupid people working on that. Well, the only person that comes about as stupid there is probably the person making the comment. I thought it was fun to check it out. We'll see where it goes. You know, things with Tesla and FSD, they've gone slower than we had originally thought, hoped, figured. I mean, there were a few people that said it would never happen. There are lots of people taking guesses at how long it would take to happen. Here we are. We have beat the 2030 date that lady whose name I can't quite remember now said we would never make. As far as I'm concerned, we've beat her date by a clear 4 or 5 years. She was wrong. She was wrong. She was too hard in the other direction. The problem I had with her, God, I wish I could remember her name, was just that it didn't seem to be all fact-based. She seemed to be trying to come up with data to prove her point versus conduct tests to see just what the data said. Or she seemed like she wanted FSD to fail, and that was the problem I had with her. It wasn't that she said it's a weird combination to have humans half paying attention. I get it. Or it's going to take a while because it's a really hard problem. I didn't have anything wrong with that. It was just a sheer negativity coming out of her lab and that she was so authoritative about how sure she was. That also got me. Opinions are great, but maybe not so strong, the opinion sometimes. So anyway, this is why you should stay away from some of the social medias. Every time I look at WRAL, and it really doesn't matter what the topic is even, the comments underneath are a free-for-all in nastiness. And I'll just end by saying I think that's kind of short-sighted and sad. Michelle is on her way. I expect her in about 10 minutes. I think that's a good deal. It's 1.5 quarts. I think mine is 2. Anyway, you want to make ice cream this weekend? We have ice cream choices. Here's one more rival brand, although I have Cuisinart and I would swear by Cuisinart. It's that 1.5 quart Cuisinart out of the box. Yeah, mine's 2 quart. Mine's a little bigger. I probably would say go bigger, but you know, for $7 here versus $100 on Amazon, maybe it's not worth bigger. She's here, and she's a chicken today.
Cluck, cluck, cluck.
She got this sweater at here a week or 2 ago. We had to have it. She says it's a
Quacker Factory.
cracker.
Wait, now you want to say Cracker Barrel, don't ya?
Well, it's some combination between Quaker and cracker. Yeah. And there's her chicken purse, because you know we have to be on theme with the purse.
Yep.
And cracked egg earrings. It's got yolks in the center. Yep. You look great as usual. And I'm not sure what theme we're in the. It's too late for Halloween and it's too early for Christmas theme.
It's like Thanksgiving kind of stuff.
Yeah. The harvest. We'll count chickens in the.
Yes.
We'll count chickens in the harvest. We are in full Christmas mode, which you would expect at this point. There is a good selection of wreaths, some more spectacular than others. Tons of new holiday linens and flags. I picked out these 2 bath towels. They're $2 each. They're on the small side. I was just going to say, I'm going to put this up in the guest bathroom on the bar as decoration, and if somebody uses it, that's fine too. And maybe for January and not Christmas, so I'm really liking that because I have more Christmas stuff. Did we find any great ugly Christmas sweaters? No. There's a good selection though.
There is.
Including one from Aldi's. Show us that one. Yeah, right there. Yeah, seriously. So does it say that on it too? Yeah, officially Aldi's gear. Okay. Okay, now we're distressed because it's a size small. I don't know. Ariel could fit in it, but me and Michelle, but we really like it. So the only one we really like, and it's on both sides and everything. It's huge. And I think Dawn is officially off of the Grinch list. This person is feeling frosty, and there was one here that said, I'm a math teacher. Of course, I'm on the nice list. It was back here somewhere. But there are lots of good ones to choose from. Aw, this is like old school art. 'Tis the season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yes.
Sometimes with us, we feed off of what the other person thinks about things. Meaning Michelle looked on the rack and then I came around and started, oh, but there's this and there's this and there's this, and getting her in trouble. All right, it's my job though to get you in trouble. My job is to make sure you don't miss anything.
I wouldn't expect anything.
Oh, know, it's big though, right? It's big.
It's a 2X, but it's cute.
Yeah. People. Okay, people, clean out your closet and donate more ugly Christmas sweaters. We didn't quite see what we wanted today, so we need you to up our selection. What's that, from 1972 or something? We got to look for the date on it. She's thinking about taking it home for Connor. Well, shoot, yeah, for $8.99. Connor likes to do horror type things with these heads. I'm just going by the cardboard in the box. It looks early 70s to me. Some of us were alive then. Lots of Christmas books to choose from. Paperbacks are 50 cents and hardbacks are $1. I'm sure there's some Debbie Maycomber in here somewhere. I'm on my 3rd Debbie book this week. I am. Yeah, I've been listening to them, but I'm on my 3rd for the week. I just don't read real books, mostly because my carpal tunnel, I don't like holding them up, and also it's not self-lit. I guess maybe I could get a thing you could hang at the top to light it, but that's why. The only thing I'm mad about that is I didn't spot it first. It's Harry Potter scarf. It has the official label on it and everything. Way cool, Michelle. Good spotting. To be clear, I don't buy Harry Potter stuff for me, but I find it for Michelle, and I like lighting her up with great finds, so that's what I meant by I wish I'd have spotted it first. The bin doesn't have a lid, but it's only 50 cents, and it's the ones I use. The gnome pillow is going to be $3, and it has the legs. I like it, and I'm just seeing if there's a Christmas. I kind of wished I'd have got that Christmas pillow last week that I didn't get, so I'm just checking. 'Tis the season to be jolly is a nice outside one. Trying to remember if I have a good outside pillow or not. Of course, this will also show every spot of dirt being outside, but it's nice. They're not marked, the Christmas pillows are not marked 50% off. However, it's only $3 anyway. Hey, Michelle, it's waiting for you. You know, I still have the reindeer that I posed the boys on when they were little up in the attic, all wrapped up. Yep, I still have it.
The reindeer pillow, $2.
Aw. Saw this box and I saw the J, and after seeing the flying car, I was thinking Jetsons, but it's Jostens, and it is a really nice graduation picture frame if you needed that kind of thing. Got a place for your tassel and everything, although with the year, with the have to reprint the year, probably.
This is a pool table.
It is a pool table. It is. See down here on the end, you can see a little bit of it.
Oh, okay.
The thing of it is number one, the slate weighs a absolute ton, and leveling it is a skill, and then getting felt to lay on it is. But you know, hey, if you could get it for really cheap and it's got $7.49 on it, and then pay to have somebody come and install it, that's probably what you would. That's probably what you would do. Most homeowners wouldn't be able to come grab that and set it up, because my ex had a pool table, so I know a little bit about pool tables. And all it does is take up the space of an entire room and sit there and gather dust, and we built trains on it. Train track. Me and the kids, we built Thomas the Tank, and it's great if you want to build Legos and them not go off on the floor, or your kids want to play up on the table. You know, it's great for that. Yeah, otherwise go play pool at the local bar, because it just takes up too much room at the house, unless you're super rich and can really spare a room for it. We were hoping it would glow. It didn't glow. Some of the milk glass glows though. Some of the globes on lamps glow. You gotta check it. It's just this storage bin made my area look really big today, but it's not. But Michelle's, not as much as usual, I told her. Dee keeps on coming by asking us when we're going to fill the cart more. Michelle and I both bought things that allowed us to put our things in. And then she has this for me. Aww. I thought it was really cute. It's Christmas, and it's a couple of skeletons taking home their Christmas tree. Well, thank you in advance. I see something Black Kitty. She says it's a mix of Halloween clearance and Christmas things you needed.
Yep.
Thank you. Or say that I won't use old stuff or I'm too quick to get rid of things. This towel has...
Great. I mean, come on.
It has sentiment. I've had it since the 90s. And it's been a rag in the kitchen for years now. But it's going to go in the trash because I bought another towel today. We have green and blue. cut in half, and these are the, you can wipe on the floor, wipe grease up with, do whatever you need to do, and not get yelled at. I had to have towels in the kitchen that certain other people in the household would grab first instead of the ones I really cared about.
Yeah.
All right, so this box, you know, my Lego stuff is in boxes like this. It was $2.99. It's in good shape. That's way cheaper. Well, they're stacked, of course, at Walmart, but it's just still way cheaper. You'd be surprised at the cost of a printed little cardboard box. Dawn thinks $3 is outrageous. I'm just trying to tell you it's not. Shirt for Sam. It's Chaps. I did message him and he said he wanted it.
Yeah, it looks like Sam.
Yep. So that's good. Christmas shirt for me. It was too big for Michelle. So I took one for the team here with Grogu.
Oh, it's got Grogu.
It's very cute. Yep. It's very cute. And those are connected, but there's two of them. Hang on. You're a little too fast. Gotta move. Vanna, you gotta move a little slower.
They're just towels.
It's upside down. Can you not get it right?
You will fire me?
No. So you'll have to disconnect them. But there's two of the penguins, and then there's a tan one in there that we cut the tags off and the plastic tie thing off of these two. I don't know if that was put on by Guardian Angel or they came that way. But anyway, I got two sets of two matching, which is nice. A 50-cent little snowman box for somebody's 3D print gift. I don't know whose. Trust me, at Christmas you need boxes. More boxes. One of these was $1 and one was $1.50, and I don't know. They're the same quality. Sometimes if they ring the cheaper one first, then they ring them both the cheaper price. I don't know what we did. It's fine. It's whatever. And oh, both those towels have glass in them. Yeah. So very nice. This is just for the towel bar in the bathroom. Yep. Yeah, it's an owl. It's autumn. But I have as many owls as I do turkeys.
But not as many.
And then, yes, I did buy the Becoming an Adult is the Dumbest Thing I Ever Did mug because, well, I'm always trying to bring out my inner child. And that's headed to Johnny's apartment. It's a real Pyrex.
Yeah, it's real.
Not faded, not scratched, probably never used. And every time I go there, I want a pitcher for pouring water. So guess what? I got a thing with the spout now.
You do. You did. Good.
And the storage bin, like I said, was 50 cents. And that's what I got today. I don't think I've stopped and put anything anywhere else. Oh, the two pillows. Sorry. I did. There's actually something from Thrift Try. I did get the 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly outdoor pillow and the gnome pillows. And now the proud owner of a Dash sunflower waffle maker. And this is old school. It actually has the buttons on the side and you can remove the two plates for washing. Although Dawn has a really good history of washing without destroying the electronics on the other ones that the plate doesn't come off. This was what was in the bag from Michelle. The little cat blow mold does light up. Pretty cool. A January winter bird. Lego poly bag, which Target has a great selection of, and I never get over there to get. Thackeray Binks dish drying thing, and some ornaments. I am going to have space theme on the big tree sometime in the coming year. Maybe before I put up butterflies, but after Easter, and these things will look great. I'm collecting a nice collection of space stuff. Well, it's 3:50 p.m. Dawn went ahead and signed off for the day. We're out here late and with really long shadows.
Yeah.
But we're going to get her done. It's nice at 65 degrees. I mean, and it's not windy. It's not cold. It's sunny still. So we're getting her done, Yeah, don't get in the wrong Y, Donnie. There's 4 Ys in the parking lot. Two classic and 2 juniper.
You know, you like stumble over these things. They're all over the place.
Yeah, they are. All right, I got it hooked up to my phone and... Woo! Stop! Don't jump the track. I think it jumped the track. It did. There's been a few takes. All right, thank God. So the front engine is a little, see what's happened here? It's not heavy enough, and there's not enough friction for those front wheels, and it's having a little trouble. Considering it's not on the track properly, it's going around pretty good. All right, it's run. It's a cute little train. It doesn't run like the other trains here on the table that run, which are much heavier and smoother and all that good stuff. And you can just run it off your phone. You don't have to have the remote. You just hit the big red X to stop it. And then no reason why it can't go backwards. It's kind of fun. Little kids and big kids alike will really like it. You do see the bear, right? How he's moving his arms. He's working on the toys. He is working on toys here, and I'm planning to put, they had his other hand out of the way. I'm just going to put a bell on the other side. I've got the bell, I just haven't pulled it out yet. So it's pretty cool.